Welcome to Dice, Nerds, and Nagas, coming at you from Lot 369 in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Dice, Nerds, and Nagas, the maybe official D&D podcast of my mom, because she says I am a very handsome young boy. And she's rarely wrong.
She's Jewish.
That was an extra detail that was unnecessary.
Oh, Jewish moms are always right, don't you know?
I thought that was all moms.
Only the Jewish ones.
Oh, I see.
All other religions
I'll have
of
to tell
moms
my
are
mom.
incorrect constantly.
Exactly. Oh, my mom Jewish, though.
All 3 billion other moms or whatever, they're all wrong.
You must know what's
3 billion.
I don't know how many moms there are.
wrong. Yeah, population thing changes.
Too many.
A lot.
That's a good
Too many.
Too many.
So you're taking a very strong anti-mom stance.
Anti-propagation of the species stance.
Ah, you're saying just we ran our course, we're done.
No more marks. No.
No more marks.
No more
Don't
marks.
worry, there won't be.
I gotta put up the gas, man. There's enough kids. There's enough fucking
For
kids.
now, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got about
Just for a while. Should we sort that shit out? Sort that shit out. Fucking.
either way. I guess to recap the last session, coming out with a strong anti-child stance, and also a D&D game. So in the last session, let's see, we investigated a very secretive ancient tower, found a shrine to a dormant god that had been lying in wait for thousands of years. Jessop grabbed the blades and decided, this god seems kind of evil, so no thank you. And Acki very happily took them right after.
He's like my size.
Yes, he's now, I guess, he's got a history of making pacts with powerful, evil beings anyway, so it's kind of in character.
Yeah.
So he's got some fancy little blades now. Beyond that, Jessop went on a long drug trip and was able to finally communicate with his god directly. They talked for a bit, but her power had been waning for some time and didn't seem able to keep the conversation going for too long. Just not much in common, I guess. I don't know. Beyond that, let's see. Beyond that, I think they were sort of babysitting their tripping ally for a while. They did have their things stolen very briefly by an agent of the Cult of the Void, but they were able to retrieve their items and defeat the cultists very easily. It was just a mop-up, basically. So other than that, I think we're all set. We're up to date now.
I think the most damage was dealt by Acki on me. With the fireball.
It's an iced chocolate with a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Have you ordered a tip?
No, it's hard.
And that wasn't on the kids' menu either?
Kids don't deserve ice cream, apparently.
Why do you have a thing against me ordering from the kids'
I
menu?
told my students today, hey guys, tomorrow I'm gonna bring everyone ice cream tomorrow. And they were like, yay! And then one of them was like, but we don't have school tomorrow. I was like, oh, it's a fuck.
The smart one, yeah.
All kids realistic on ice cream.
Teacher's not gonna get us ice cream.
I had a great day today. I ended up just playing D&D with the kids.
Teacher tricked us.
Good fun.
And I hung around my apartment, watched Bob's Burgers, smoked a lot, drank. No, I've been off this whole week. I'm starting it on Thursday. Yeah. But of course, as soon as my holiday started to feel sick again. Yeah, so that's been the last few days, just laying around in bed, feeling kind of achy and shit.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to get ready for the session, though.
So
why do I seem so unprepared still? Anyways, we'll go ahead and get started, I guess. So, you guys had a pretty solid, uninterrupted rest finally. The driftwood, eerily silent, the weather just getting colder and colder still, windier, and It even seems that small little drifts of icy rain.
Didn't work. Oh.
You should see you back.
Yeah, not very stealthy really. I'd say it's...
I really failed on that stealth
Yeah,
check.
crit fail.
That's good.
Yes.
But, you know, you guys are able to build a campfire, and I think some of you have winter clothes.
I have.
They gave a
You
bunch
guys had
of
some.
We got the low ones, the ones in front there.
I'm actually permanently ice cold now.
You guys should just.
You find yourself feeling sluggish, your
Is-
cold blood.
Is Acki gonna? Yeah, I mean,
Turning
is he gonna
against
start
you,
getting
right?
slower or
No,
something? Colder?
it's not really a big deal. It's just...
No, side effect of this being a shadow sorcerer, I'm ice cold to the touch and my eyes have become black.
Creepy.
Yes!
You could,
Shadowy.
Acki, you could go upstairs to the tower I was looking in and get some of the furs off the wall.
I think you crossed the spell magic.
I could, but I'll be fine.
I don't think we left that door open.
You didn't, that's why he says we have to cross the
No,
spell
no.
magic every time.
The one that we fought in, all those are gone. The one that I went into, okay, we came out of, with the basement, there's furs and stuff up there that we could go use.
But the tower
You have to cross the
seals
spell
itself every
Every
time.
time.
Yeah, unless you like, I guess you could jimmy it or put like a rocket
Like a
out of it.
shoe in the middle of the
Yeah.
door. Or something.
I just use
It
Preston.
has to be a magical shoe, a shoe of +1
He must be
blocking.
fucking cold. He's been naked most of the day.
He has been naked sitting out in the...
I would have wrapped him in his.
I guess, yeah, there's something over
He
it.
didn't want to
maybe.
do that.
While I'm awake, I use
That's
Preston.
why the conversation will last very long.
I was actually in my priestly vestments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You just assume that he's naked all the time now.
He took his clothes, but he turned into a wolf so he could go hunting.
By the way, Adrian's looking for a roommate who must be body positive and not my nude men wandering by the hallway.
It's like, well, this is just how I choose to live my life.
Finally, all at once, the trip ends and you find yourself back in the material plane again, out back within the bounds of time and space. And in your hand, small folded over couple of papers that were pressed into your hand by Salute before you were sent on your way again.
Nice. This is kind of like
There's writing on them, actually.
it's kind of like the Nightmare on Elm Street thing where she like grabbed something with Freddy and she woke up and she had shit out of the dream world. That's
Pretty much.
except not horrible.
You want to know what it says right away, or are you going to keep it
Until the end, man.
away for a little while?
I think I'll look at it a bit later. But I guess just
But you wake up and you can see the camp is... There's a few embers of fire still burning. Acki kind of watching the campsite in the darkness. I don't know if he's being creepy and still, or if he's actually sitting like a normal person.
I'm gonna just
I'm sitting and I'm staring
Yeah,
right at you.
it's coming in tonight now again.
Okay.
So you
I'm
can
blinking,
take a long rest
but
now if you want to.
I don't have like pupils anymore, so I just.
When did you get here? I don't remember there being a fire.
You've been out for 16
let's
hours.
see, you
man.
hear a whisper kind of in the back of your mind. He was speaking to his bitch of a moon god. I'll tell you more about her someday if you're a good, vessel for my power.
Good boy.
Oh, good thing you're awake. A penis appears on his forehead.
Okay, I guess I wouldn't even see that.
No, you would not.
Really, I guess that's just for everyone else's benefit.
Yeah, it is.
You can roll maybe a perception check to see like what did he
Was it
just
minor
do?
illusion?
Yeah.
I just take it away.
Well, you're awake now too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm all awake. Sorry.
Alright, so
No, we'll wake
Jessop,
up.
alright, so they're all awake, I guess. That's
Our 8 hour ends as
he
his
wakes up.
16 hour.
Okay.
I'm still not entirely sure whether I'm still tripping or not.
You've been out for 16
I would say the trees are swaying rather, oddly, and the grass is kind of fading a bit. I don't know, but you can tell you're coming down from the high.
Yeah.
There's still maybe a little bit left in the system.
I know this stuff. Just relax. Just chill. We'll be here soon.
I feel great.
Just chill. Don't try to stand up. Don't drive.
Don't go anywhere on your broom.
Drive? Oh yeah, I have a broom.
That's what I was talking about.
How long have I been out?
16 hours.
Exactly.
Or...
They're
Yeah,
about-
36 seconds.
16 hours.
Measurements of time that they
16
have.
hours as the crow flies.
That's the crow flies.
Yeah, you've been out half the day,
16
man.
hours,
More than half the
About a
day.
parsec and a half.
You missed quite a bit. I hope it was worth it. We got attacked by a cultist wizard and 5 or 6 bloodhounds, which we put down quickly, kept them away from you. They tried to steal her bag that had the embalming stuff in.
They try to steal her bag.
Her bag, because it had the embalming stuff in. They were trying to steal it back from Patricia. That was
Yeah, the
sent for
moto
that.
came by really quick and just whoop.
So we gotta keep an eye for that. If we get attacked again by cultists, it's because they're going for that bag.
What happened to the guy? Where is he?
We got the truth out of him through a spell, and then sent him on his way.
Okay.
That's how we interrogate people.
I can tell that's a little bit of a dig against
It was definitely. I even made motion of a spade when I did it.
Yes. I nod toward friends.
Jesse just giggles. He's feeling pretty good.
giggles.
Giggles
Like a Japanese schoolgirl.
like a Sterner kind of laugh.
Wait, that's
He was butthead.
it's difficult to do laughs in different voices. It doesn't sound.
This is my French amusement. My French amusement.
Oh God. But yes, you were left with a note from Saloon.
What time of day is it?
It's nighttime, I'd say. Yeah, I went back to
Early
nighttime.
evening, nighttime. You want to rest for the night, and then we do the basement in the morning?
I want to go take a piss. And I go do that.
You just walk around in a little circle, and then that's a bit.
Just find a couple of corners. I find a couple of corners. Just do.
all around the towers.
Just all around the tower corners. We got anything to eat?
Yeah, we got rations. Do you want to go catch something?
You ate a rabbit like 18 hours ago.
Yeah.
As the crow flies.
Long time.
As the crow flies.
For breakfast, you ate a rabbit.
Hey, whatever happened to that basement thing? Did we get in there?
We haven't gone into the second one yet. We're waiting on you.
Do you guys want to have a look at that quickly? You really want to stay here another night? I want to have a look and see.
Wait,
Travel
In this logbook, they were talking about that Murdoch.
Modoc, yeah.
oh, the giant.
Yeah, the giant. There's a castle they've infiltrated, but there's not so many people there. We could easily go grab that, and then on the way, I can tell you about what we got from the guy that attacked us when he told us.
That's a
More
clown.
importantly, your brother still is
Sounds
Modoc's
good.
castle.
Yes, my brother is in Murdoch's castle, but to be honest,
Gordon's alive.
Gordon's alive, according to
Most of
this. Most of him. But to be honest, I'm a little bit worried about how far gone his brain is, how badly it's been corrupted.
We could slap him, right?
Well, if we can't,
You know, I think that's something we can
deal with
cross
it.
when we come to that bridge.
For sure.
You know. But yeah, I had a really good time.
Did you get to speak to her?
I did.
Awesome, that's
I
great.
did. And
Do you feel more
Yeah.
at peace now?
I feel really good. We've been kind of going about this in circles, but I think things are going to be okay. We have a chance. We have a chance.
What does she say we have to do?
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible to end the cycle in a good way. It is possible.
Okay.
It's possible to end the cycle in a good way. There was a man. She was telling me about one of those crocodile people, saurians, by the name of Horacius Rex. And apparently, he got quite far.
Horatius.
In Horacius. He got quite far in.
Making it happen?
Yeah, Saloon told me that he had a couple of items or relics, and he got quite far. I guess if we could find those things, we could use them. We actually have one.
By the way, that must be.
Yes, and this is one.
Is this one of them?
This is one of the items.
Nice. From
Horacius Rex.
Horacius
Yeah.
Rex.
Yes.
I'm just going to call him Hieronymus Rex.
Hieronymus Rex. It sounds very Roman.
Herodotus?
Anonymous.
Hieronymus. I don't know that.
Horacius Rex. That's a good name. I like it.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm not the
So this is
the
one
best
of
of. I'm not the best of speakers in the world, but we have a
This is like a
chance.
god killer.
Okay, awesome.
Like, it doesn't seem like
People have tried. People have tried before a couple of times, but Saloon was saying that this man got the furthest, and if we can, I guess, finish his work, maybe we can stop the Void Naga and the Allfather, and stop the end, and keep going where we are now.
Do we need to stop both of them to stop the cycle?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
one? Yeah. Just stop the one.
No, yes.
The other
Are
one
you,
went.
If that's what we're considering.
I don't know if he just wants to read the note in front of everyone.
Well, you can decide if you want to read it to yourself, and then. But I'm going to read it out loud because my handwriting's atrocious.
Okay, alright. So,
And the spelling errors are a bit embarrassing. Not a smart man.
oh, one more thing. Well, a few more things. She gave me something to look over. But also, I know why people have been unable to find the temple. Apparently you need true sight.
Ah, okay.
You know,
So
And
it's
apparently I have, and I pull out dig in my bag a little bit for those eyes that I dug out of
Oh, right.
Jessop. I have what I need to gain true sight.
you have to pull your eye out, stick it with these in.
Somebody needs to.
Need me at all?
Hey buddy,
That's not happening.
Let's see if we can find a nice germ-free environment to do this in.
Yeah, maybe, okay. Let's just make sure that we keep those eyes in good condition.
I pull out a dagger.
Something
Would
about
you
true
like to do the
Let's
dagger now?
do this! I'm on top of this, bruh!
Oh my god, like...
Chop that out!
No offense to your skills, Acki, but I think I trust Z a little bit more with this than I do.
See, do you feel confident in removing an eyeball and putting in a magical one, connecting the nerves and such?
Sure.
Can you not turn into an animal that has true sight?
I don't,
No,
I
there
don't
is
think
no
so.
animal.
They don't
She
have
doesn't
it.
have like true polymorphism now.
Look, I mean, I have a healer's
What
kit
is it
and I
then?
have a herbalism kit.
What?
What's the
And
best
I've-
of blind sight?
You know, I've
Yeah,
been
that's
healing
the
people
blind
for years, but I've never had
Well,
to
I said I'd be able to
remove
tell
an
where it
eye
was, but
and
not
reattach
any
another
details,
one.
though.
I have. I'll do it.
I don't believe you.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah, can I inside
You
check?
can make an insight check.
I don't even know if he's skilled in medicine or not.
No, there's no way to know. There's no character
Eight.
sheet you can read
Oh,
off
that's
of.
okay. I rolled,
Show me your
I rolled
character
a
sheet.
17. No, that's 12.
Alright.
I rolled.
Well, be that as it may.
So wait, so were you
15.
bullshitting him?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
I rolled
Aki's
15.
lying to you. He's trying to rip out your eye.
Oh,
He just-
no, he fell against me.
I believe him.
I know.
Okay,
I
well,
rolled a 15. I was like, no, it's not fucking happening. If I have to use this rod, it's not happening. And I don't want to use this rod.
he also just took a dark god's gift, you
Right?
know, and
No.
is now suggesting chopping out his friend's
Wait,
eyeball.
Nobody knows I took
Jesus.
the. Nobody knows I took the weapons.
Why don't?
Because I was in there alone studying the weapons and everything.
Well, they're not hanging off
wanna
your
do
hip
this
or
safely.
nothing.
Oh, they're there, but
But
I've
you
always
actually
got
want to touch
practice.
his eye. He wants to touch his eye. Why don't you use the rod and make
Control
him
him,
do
do
it?
it?
So he'll just retrieve
No.
your knife. Then you know it'll be done safely and you don't have to do it.
No, it's not that I don't want to touch the eye.
Uh,
It's that I'm worried that I'm going to fuck it up.
Well,
You know, I mean, I've
in my army days, I did some trauma on the
Listen up.
look,
I still remember where Buddy
triage.
Buddy left that child off. I could bring him
on
back.
the battlefield.
And what would he do?
Oh, test it out on him first.
You want to put a hag eye in one of our fucking enemies? Are you insane?
Oh, if it works, we just take it right back out.
that seems a little redundant. It's
No.
kind of like sloppy seconds.
It's also forced surgery.
Yeah, no.
All right, that's the option.
All
You
right.
know,
You know
characters
what?
with any sort of good alignment, I'd point that out.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just wait till we get back to.
No, because I mean the eyes are
I
going to
don't
be
know how
composed.
long these eyes are gonna last.
You
Look,
keep them in some liquor for a while or something,
That's not
yeah.
going to work. We got to go in as fast as possible.
I'm willing to risk it.
Telling you.
If you are, it's one eye. I have
Didn't you
two.
keep the? Oh, no. There are jars specifically made to keep eyeballs and shit at the top of this tower.
If there aren't any hag eyes in there.
Doesn't matter. Pull out your brother's eye that's
Formaldehyde,
left there and
some-
stick the
some-
two hag
some
eyes in
preservatives.
then I'll preserve it.
I talked to the dagger. So what do you think about the eyes? Are they gonna rot? Or should I just pull out my own eye?
You can preserve them easily enough. Perhaps find a slave or some sort of lesser being to put the eye in and then have them lead you to the castle.
Oh, that sounds good. Wolf Boy there wants the eye. How does that sound?
Well, a bit dangerous. Hags don't often give away their power without strings attached.
Oh,
She's
those-
dead.
Oh, is the eye still sentient?
She's
Is
not
the
dead.
part of
The hag's
the
not
eyes?
dead.
This is the
The
hag
one that we
dead.
killed, she's dead.
Oh.
No, they've got phylacteries and stuff like the one I've got on my
Oh,
finger, so
right.
she's
Oh.
probably very much not dead.
Nutrition.
Or gone back to her plane or whatever.
So is it gonna corrupt him?
Depends on his willpower, really. I mean, certainly would maybe change a few behaviors here and there, but
So
my concern would be just giving the hag knowledge. It sees what he sees then.
oh. Hey Zenbrix, you might want to cover up the eyes. I think the eyes are still.
He's got the eyes.
Well, okay. You might want to cover up the eyes. They're still active.
She's dead.
They're still
Her
active.
body is dead. But the hag
Telling
probably,
you.
like the
I
hag
don't
in my
know.
ring.
Saloon said that it's as long as she's dead, it's not that much of a problem.
Yeah, let's just cover up the eyes just in case.
I don't know. I mean,
Just keep them in your pocket.
you
Yeah,
know,
put them in a sack.
If you really want me to try, I can try, but
I think that's.
Surgery.
I think it's a good idea.
Maybe in this Cloud Giant's castle is a better place to try it. Maybe he's got lab and shit like that.
You might. I
And
mean,
if flies, we could fly to Baldur's Gate in a day or something and go
Can
to the doctors.
can I do some sort of like I don't know medicine check in the eyes to see how long I think they would last?
I mean,
I
you
asked,
just probably know.
I asked the hag in my ring.
Depends on what you. If you put them in formaldehyde or something, a preservative, they would last longer.
Do we have anything like that?
I tell
In
the
the tower.
witch
I have
in my
liquor.
finger to the hag that we've got Scabatha's eyes.
Okay, so you're talking to the mother hag, and you're saying we have Scabatha's
And we
eyes.
want to preserve them. Can we put them in the jars that they have at the top of the towers with the other eyes and stuff on?
I suppose so. Surprised you were able to defeat her.
Was nothing. But a chicken wing.
What about the that boy she was talking to, Temiel?
Teal?
I believe from the third or fourth plane of hell, one of the two. I can't remember. Have you heard from him yet?
Who's that?
that's interesting.
No. I have not. Who is that?
You'll find out. Either way, yes, there's probably be some preservative jars laying around.
Do you want to go get some?
Okay, well let's get back into this building then.
So you're going up the other tower, and I would say this is...
I keep the door open with a big rock.
That's fine.
Wide fucking open.
So you have to use one more dispel or whatever, but then you're able to get in, you're able to get the jar, it's not a problem. There's no unexpected consequences.
So we can keep them going for a while. And then when we get to the castle, we can have a look and see, because I don't even have like scalpels or anything.
Oh, a dagger.
I've got a dagger that'll cauterize the wound at the same time.
That's not what we need.
Alright,
I pull out a
let's
spoon.
are
Well,
we
the blood
gonna
into the spoon. Well, let's look for this basement quick. We're not forgetting about that.
Yeah.
sure.
Okay,
Should
so
we go down there
I
quick?
cast Tech Magic.
Alright, you're able to find a great deal of protective magic right under the boards. Right under the stones, I guess, the marble
Okay.
floor of the
So
tower.
we pull up the stones.
These ones are actually a little different. It's like a big marble floor, so you're able to smash it away, though, I imagine. Any of you
I have
are
advantage.
particularly
Stone
strong.
cutting.
Oh,
Oh yeah, well okay, I would say with stone cutting you're actually able to just take like a chisel and kind of knock the whole blocks out without even damaging it that much. But what is revealed is far different than the other plain cellar door you had seen earlier.
Yeah.
Let's see, let me find the right page.
Yeah, I managed to get a charging. Where is my bonus action?
Here we go. So let's see. You remove the marble blocks kind of on the floor, and what is seen in front is a solid stone door, not a wooden cellar door, and it is intricately carved with various runes and languages that you don't understand. Not giant runes, not dwarven runes, something entirely new to your eyes. And inlaid into the door, though, is an elven skull with rubies in its eyes.
Elvins.
Elven, yes. The skull of an elf.
Interesting.
Kind of indented into the door.
Nobody touch the fucking rubies. Can I just, please, don't pull the rubies out. I read a story about this once, where a guy took rubies out of a skull and everything fell the fuck apart. So...
I put the ruby back.
Don't touch the rubies!
The skull, the jaw of the skull starts to slowly crack and open.
Everybody back!
Crack, and then it moves its head side to side a little bit, and you can kind of see the rubies kind of go over each of you, and a voice
Dodge.
speaks out. I would say in a very odd language that you don't understand necessarily. You've probably come across it before. You can comprehend languages.
If he begins to speak, I'll cast comprehend language.
Yes, and you see that it's the same old Saurian language that you've come across
Okay.
a couple times in the past. It kind of looks over you a bit and begins changing languages again. Who speaks Elven?
Me.
Does anyone else speak Elven?
Speaks everything now.
I speak everything.
Well, I
now.
know that Acki speaks everything. I'm asking if other characters speak
No,
Elven.
I don't.
What about Giant?
I speak giant.
Me.
Obviously, I speak giant.
So it begins speaking in Giant, very haltingly, and says, "Hey, all of you, come squish together. I can't see all of you at once. What? Who is this? Who are all of you?" And you two understand. You two are just hearing some guttural kind of giant language.
I do the same. I do the same thing I always do with Feather. I replay for him to hear.
Alright.
I say,
I say, spread out, everybody.
we good peoples. We come to befriend.
Voice speaks out again that says, Who dare approach the final resting place of Horacius Rex's bones?
Take 5 steps back.
Are thee worthy?
I don't hear
Still
this.
speaking in...
No, you hear it. The minor illusion.
Still speaking
I'm
in
translating,
Czech,
but
right?
I always translate for you.
Okay.
I
Because
say
you're
to
asking,
him...
never understand.
Horacius Rex.
Yeah.
Say, I have your spear.
I say to him, we follow your foot places.
Tell him I have your spear.
Okay, hold on. We follow your foot places. We want to be as you are being, but we want to stop it.
We have your spear, by the way.
It says, do-gooders with the spear. Let me see. Bring it closer.
Bring the spear, show him the spear.
Yes, that is Horatius' spear. I would recognize it anywhere.
Take 5 steps more back.
My name.
I thought you said you were Horatius.
He's talking about himself in the first.
No,
Is he?
I am
Okay.
Aminos.
Aminos.
Aminos acid.
I know, I thought exactly
Actually,
the same.
Amino means courage in Latin. It was not my birth name, but it was given to me by Horatius in our travels together. I am one of his closest companions, and I guard his tomb from unworthy visitors.
This is his tomb, really? I speak through minor illusion.
Tell him we killed the hags.
Hag. Oh, we
Hags.
kill hags, sorry, yeah.
What hag do you speak of?
Hags were
Scabatha
living
from
in
this. We were in Scabatha's tower now. Yeah, the second. Yeah. Tell him Scabatha and what was the one we killed?
Patricia.
No, the one in the ring I thought. What's the mummy?
Oh, we never got her name.
Mother something or
Mother hag.
That's the mother hag. Tell him that.
So you repeat that, I guess, too. You killed the hags that were inhabiting
Yeah,
the
I
tower.
translate for feather using minor illusion. Same as you always.
I don't know anything of what you speak of. These hags in the tower. This is Horatius Rex's
We're looking at
resting
the
place.
cycle.
Do you have the other items? The other artifacts of my friend?
What would they be? We're searching for them.
This is information that you must find yourself, adventurers.
That's what we're doing.
If you wish to see the final resting place of Horatius Rex, you must gather all of his artifacts and return here with them. Only then will you be worthy enough to enter.
And will that help us finish the cycle?
I think speaking to him face to face would be of some value, and perhaps bringing him back could have even more value.
How many items are we talking about here?
I cannot say.
Aminos.
Cannot or won't.
Aminos.
He just kind of has a dry, skeleton-y laugh at that. I cannot say.
If there is...
Cannot or won't.
God, Jesus Christ. Aminos. Is there any aid you're able to give us? We
To help unworthy travelers become worthy.
we're trying to stop the worst from happening. And we're trying to save unnecessary death and bloodshed.
All those that seek out the bones of Horatius Rex and his power claim the same thing.
So many have come before?
Yes, if you want any more info about the resting place of his artifacts, just ask the priests upstairs. They'll provide you a copy of his memoirs.
Aminos, there are no priests upstairs. The hags took over. They had a slab of marble over your door.
There have been fewer visitors in some time, I suppose.
I should
Nobody knows you
imagine.
here.
These are the deeds and the example that my friend set forth still proclaimed throughout the Empire.
No,
Until-
nobody knows of him.
Until a while ago, we weren't even sure, we never even knew there was an empire.
We're at the end of the cycle. Time has passed. His time is long
There are no
gone.
more Saurians.
if there is any aid that you could just point us in any direction, what kind of priests were upstairs? If you could just tell us that. What kind of priests of who?
Priests of Horacius Rex. They were adventurers that followed his ideal and citizens that wished to pay tribute to the greatest of our heroes.
I fear
So-
more time has passed than you think.
Like a club?
I suppose. I mean, we deified him, much as the emperors before. One of the only Saurians that have not held the title to be lifted to godhood.
But even our Saurians, there are no Saurians anymore in this world.
What?
I've never seen one. There's a statue of one here which somebody read a book once, and that's why they know what it is.
Not a statue, a tapestry.
Yeah. Well, top of the tower.
There's one on top of the tower.
Oh, right, that's right, I forgot.
He kind of cycles back. He's like, well, bring only those that are worthy will bring the artifacts. They still exist. I can feel it.
But I think we'll need a little bit more help though. Like,
I
we
showed him
don't
the
have
Rex League
anybody to
Dakota
tell us.
ring, so we're members.
Dakota
We might need
ring.
a little bit more help than maybe 8,000 years ago. Or
It's-
whatever.
It has been some time. I can feel one of them. One is active. One is acting on this world right now.
So it's being used by someone.
Besides this one.
Far to the south, I believe, there was a resting place, a step pyramid that we actually visited together not so long ago.
Cigarettes.
The helm is there. There's a town named after it, I think. Something Helm. I don't know.
Yeah, we just heard the Gold Helm.
Could be.
The town we've just been talking about.
I asked Black. Hey,
Well,
Black,
also-
you're pretty old. How many artifacts are there? You must have
He
heard.
doesn't know.
What the
Black.
Black? My Black dagger.
Alright.
Rex was wise enough to keep his artifacts hidden, even from the gods.
There were no
I'm sorry to
legends?
say I can't. He had a few special items, a helm of brilliance, a spear, a shield, armor. There could be more though. I cannot say
Helm?
for sure.
So people, legends are told of a helm, shield, armor.
Question.
Cool.
Okay.
DM question.
Alright.
What would Jesse know about the oldest libraries in the Sword Coast?
Probably not a lot. I mean, I guess there's probably... Okay, the, shit, what was the name of the place? The place that you guys were like, oh, an aboleth, never mind that.
Yeah.
They would
Wizards,
have...
They would.
They would have a good lab. Shit, that's the Southlands map. I need the map of the more northern lands.
This
Oh,
feels
God.
like.
I figured we
The Kepler House. So the Kepler House would have a good library. Baldur's Gate would have. Any of the big cities would have an excellent library.
The reason why I'm asking is we're I mean at some stage heading to like Baldur's Gate. Is Candlekeep a thing or is it not a thing?
Yes, there is. I think there was a tournament at Candlekeep actually.
Okay.
I think someone mentioned that a long time ago to you that there is to be a tournament held in Candlekeep.
Alright. So would we know about Candlekeep then? Would Jesse know about Candlekeep?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say we probably have never been there. It's quite far away, but it's definitely a place you would have heard about.
Okay.
Who was that?
But just generally speaking, his idea would be like, okay, we need to find a good library.
Yeah,
What did he
perhaps.
Big one.
I mean, that's up to
Just
Jessop,
being a-
really. If he thinks that a library is the answer.
I do. Yeah.
Um,
I think, I think if we're gonna get any information, we need libraries. We need old libraries, as old as we can go, as big as we can go.
Okay, cool. Well, let's stop with the Cloud Giant's castle. Maybe we'll find something
Let's
there.
get a mobile
Mobile fucking house, man.
flying house.
I think
It'll
that's-
save us a lot of time.
Where is this castle?
It's not far from
A
here.
couple of hours, so.
Yeah, it was
Southeast.
like an
Alright.
hour and a half, if I remember correctly.
All right, let's make our way. Aminos, can you translate for me? It's just
Yeah.
we will return. We'll see Horatius's work completed. That I promised you.
I'm sure he would be happy to have a part in that.
I passed that on and I passed that back.
So
Go for it.
I was gonna say, so what's next?
We should quickly try and cover up this floor, because we didn't break it apart, right?
Chiseled it a lot.
You did a good job of it. It's fine.
Put it back together.
You can put it back together,
Okay.
or at least place it over, put a rug over it or
Maybe bring
something.
some sand in from outside and just like fucking...
Fireball, melt the sand, grout it.
There you go.
Sure, maybe someone has to produce
Fireball.
flame or something.
I think let's not do fireball. I
Fireball
mean-
might be a bit much. Plus, you have to spin the spell
Bring the
slot.
welding helmets.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're just headed out then?
Yeah, let's head
What-
down.
What time is it?
I'd say
Yeah.
it's nighttime now. Yeah, it's getting late, getting
It's cool
colder.
because we can travel
We
for
would
a
be going to
while.
bed if we hadn't slept earlier.
Yeah, we can travel for a while, then camp nearby and attack at dawn. Dawn?
Dawn.
Dawn.
We're far away from
We
dawn.
can attack the Dornish.
Yes. God damn it. Attack at dawn, yeah?
Sunsphere will be ours.
Dorn helped make me stop watching Game of Thrones.
Oh
I
yeah?
have some spear.
I think you need the bad pussy. God, that show just got
That was
so
bad.
fucking dumb. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, I could complain about it for hours.
Alright. So, okay, so if we're traveling, while we're traveling, I'll take up the rear. It's fine.
Of course you would.
It's my favorite terrain.
I'm just in front of you because I'm going to be telling you about what we found out from that guy that we interrogated
Okay.
about your family.
I was planning on
I'm
reading
gonna
at
be-
the time, but if
Oh,
you're
just
talking
for a
about
couple
my
of
family,
seconds,
okay.
yeah. So I'm just going to pass on like what Ben told us last time about
Okay.
the fact that your family is down there and that the hags are heading, or the hags heading the same way. And then I think that the best thing to do is get this castle and we can get there so much faster.
How far ahead are you guys while we're walking? I mean, how
I'm
close
gonna
are we?
be like Spider-Man on traffic.
You
don't
don't
think I
even need to walk anymore. You can just
So,
Well, it needs to be shadows, right?
or dim light.
Dim light, yeah.
Or dim light.
Dark
Every
lights.
night is, yeah.
You know
And
that.
at nighttime it's
It's everywhere,
So-
unless I'm inside the 20 of a torch.
Alright.
So yeah, if we're walking together,
I guess that costs a shadow.
like, well, I think we'll get there, and I think even if we don't find the tools that we might need at the Cloud Giant Castle, I'm gonna need you to take my eye.
okay.
pull out the dagger.
And
We'll
one-
be ready for
You're far away from us.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just said that.
Damn it.
No, but I have to insert myself into the conversation.
Buddy, keep it listening. I mean, it's like, I'm not. We've just known each other longer, so we're having a moment.
He's
Um,
not listening.
Our,
And
you know,
just-
that's- I'm really glad that we left that Kunlai's shrine the way it was. Saloon's advice she gave a pretty clear warning about anything to do with that thing.
Right. The.
Kunlai.
I still think that maybe we should have covered up. I mean, with those weapons down there, somebody might come along and take them. We don't know that.
Oh, no, we were still there. We didn't.
No, he
not.
specifically said
Yeah,
it.
everyone left, yeah.
Oh, you thought she left. We were all still standing
We
there.
all left.
Okay, somebody picked me up and took me out of the cellar.
So we just grabbed you by the beard and dragged you with us.
Saloon has more for you anyway.
You know, Saloon actually gave me something before the trip
Okay.
ended. I mean, it's just, I was going to read it now.
Well, why don't you walk in front of me, you can read, and I can keep an eye on you and behind us.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay? Off you go.
Okay,
I pull out the,
Right, there you go. Read your thing.
I will read my thing. So this was the Moon Goddess Saloon's note to Jessop. Let's see. Little Wolf, it pains me so much to see you so uncertain, but events are already in motion that cannot be stopped. I can feel the uncertainty within you, and it tears me apart. I've lived, in a sense, for nearly 12,000 years. Soon after the last cycle began, I was dreamed into this world by the early elf tribes. They imagined me as a reflection of their terror of the night. On full moons, I would swoop down on them while they slept and steal their children. For a time, things were good. The elves would leave offerings and sacrifices, and I extended my domain throughout the dark and bloody places of the world. Then the Saurians came, and they brought their gods and new weapons, their powerful state religions and gods fat from the sacrifice of dozens of nations. They pushed the elves and other races to the fringes of the world, and their gods too. I found most of my power stolen by their own god of death and murder. The elves, men, merfolk, all the other great peoples have been beaten down, their power too little for my aims. And so, in the waning days of the last age, I uplifted your people. And so we created a swath of destruction so bloody and violent that the All-Father had to take notice and give your people a rightful place in the new era. As for me, I died at the end of the cycle. My plan had already succeeded, though. In your blood, my memory lingered, and in your dreams, dreams that I already formed in the world long gone, in those dreams, I was reborn. I decided to forge a new path, one of wisdom, of being a light to those in the dark. You know my story, but I must go soon to face the void, Naga. Before that, I offer you some wisdom. Take it to heart or disregard it. It's your choice. The elders of your tribe have gone mad. They have decided to revert to barbarism to find the temple. Blood sacrifice to appeal to my old aspect. There is no reprieve from the cycle in that temple, though. Tell them to go back to society. Face the end as their best selves. But you and your traveling companions will not face the end quietly. I can see that, though the future remains unknown to me. Other mortals like you have tried. One came close. Some few succeeded in finding ways to come out of the cycle with their consciousness intact. But none have stopped it, though. Over my 12,000 years, I've had a few ideas, none that I ever could succeed in. Ask the giants of Balin. Balin the brother. Get the truth from them, their holiest men, their most powerful of each branch of the family. They may know the story. You already have the spear. The other artifacts of Horacius Rex are hidden to me, all but one. Go to the village of Goldenhelm to retrieve his helm. Other seekers already comb the ruins, seeking it, but none have found it yet. I can feel threads pull across the world. The dwarves of Kazkarak Zembar have teamed with a genius. For what aim, I cannot surmise. And there is something powerful and hungry underneath Baldur's Gate. Beware it. On a more personal note, your brother is far below the depths, where he has betrayed his old employer and cut himself off from me entirely. His way is obscured, but in his heart, I can feel no corruption. The end.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to sing me the name of that
I
dwarven
just-
device.
Well, there you go.
Let's
You
go.
don't have the
I
paper.
just have
Frame
to
it.
say, ever since the first time you read me that dream that I had on our little side mission, I just love the way you write.
Oh, thank you. You make me blush.
Aww.
Alright, yep, off to see the castle.
Can I just, as a side little thing, while Jessop is walking in front of me reading, I hang back a little bit, more, until he's far enough ahead of me that I can just nip off into the driftwood a little bit.
Alright.
And I find a tree that might have some sort of recognizable markings that I can see they're not going to grow away soon.
Alright.
And I dig a quick hole and I bury all the stuff. The shroud, the potions, everything I need
Okay.
that the witch is after us for.
Alright, that's fine. So I'd say go ahead and give me just a quick survival check to find the group again once you're done. Because I would imagine it would take some time to dig a big enough hole.
How deep are you digging?
And I would say for the tree, you're able to find one that's recognizable in a way. It's like half eaten by some foreign vine, you know, and it'd be easy enough to find.
Okay. 15.
Yeah, no problem. So you're able to get back to the group without any difficulty.
And I'm trying to do it so that they don't notice I'm gone.
Ah. And yeah, I imagine he's focused on his letter from a literal god, and you guys are keeping an eye out ahead of you or whatever, so Zenbrix gets back to the party unnoticed, I guess, unless anyone... I don't think anyone specifically is looking, so I'd say it's fine.
But he's scouting, but he's not scouting for party members. He's scouting for around.
Hey, Zenbrix, you want to read this?
Sure.
But I'm gonna need a backup.
Okay. Is there anything specific you want me to
Backup.
know about it?
I think maybe there will be things that interest you in that note.
In different ways.
In
Okay,
different
sure.
ways.
Oh man, and the thing with the dwarves, I just kind of thought of that today, and I think it's super awesome if you guys look into
Just
that
gonna go straight
someday.
there. Really good. How do you think I knew it was in your
I
bag?
think
The dwarves have a totally different plan for stopping the cycle, and it's super badass.
going to space.
Way better.
Alright.
Dwarves don't run away.
While we're walking, I do show Feather the dagger.
Nah, and you explained to him that you did take the...
Yeah.
So that I would just go ahead.
I'm not gonna use that stuff.
I just want to keep it there for in case.
Feather, while we're walking, I do show you the daggers and go, hey, I took the weapons. They're magic and they transform.
What do they do?
I can teleport. I can teleport
Like
now.
me?
Well, only back to the tower. And they do, apparently their daggers are rending and some such.
What does that mean?
That means they bleed people. They bleed people.
Okay.
So they're pretty good. But yeah, they transform. Those swords transform into
Tell him the
daggers.
whole truth about them.
Well, just told him they're magic, and usually he likes that.
That guy was evil.
He was evil. I can hear him talking too.
Yeah.
But you know what? Him
just
and the
watch
Battle
yourself.
Rock, it's not that different.
Everybody always says that, and then when the time comes and their soul leaves their body, all are different people waiting for it.
Well, we'll see what happens.
How do you
I mean,
know that?
These daggers,
I've seen it before.
I'm not really gonna use them that much.
Oh, and you get up to a lot of things.
Sorry, I'm not part of this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. So yeah,
Well then,
Sorry. Okay.
I'm not gonna use them that much. I mean, my own abilities are
just watch
a lot
yourself.
better. Oh well, but if something happens to me, just so you know. And we travel on.
Right? So are you guys gonna go and try to get into the castle and stuff right away, or are you gonna wait
Yeah.
until morning?
I think we gotta wait until sunrise, right? That's what I think is the best idea. Or do you think, because I don't have dark vision, so attacking in the middle of the night, I don't think it's a great idea.
Well, do you want me to scout ahead and just
I was
get a
gonna suggest
layout
that as well.
outside?
Like, yeah, we can scout ahead while it's getting close to
maybe you
dawn.
two stay and me and him do some dark
Oh, yeah?
scouting.
Because, I mean, that worked so well last time. Time that we tried to sneak up on those guys in the middle of the fucking driftwood.
Oh yeah.
And you
Oh,
jumped.
you too?
No, you.
Oh.
And you.
Oh, yeah.
Into the tree and you failed your stealth roll.
Well, it'll be better this time. I've learned.
I hope
I've
so.
learned a lot.
And I can speak with the dead.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Okay, we can do that, but I mean, Buddy can do stuff as well,
This is
right?
true.
Yeah, I was just saying, buddy.
But he disappears when you say that.
Buddy, don't be shy.
Alright, so you guys are gonna scout ahead then. And I
Well,
would say
should we just say buddy?
Yeah,
my buddy doesn't have true sight, or does he?
Nope, he does not.
Buddies needs to give me a perception check.
Alright. 19 plus
Okay,
whatever,
that's
plus
good.
4.
So, Buddy can't see the castle at all, but he runs into a turret when flying over it, and he soon notices that area where the ground is sunk in several feet in the shape of a castle.
Perfect.
Okay,
some-
so it's a flag turret, it's not a turret.
like a round tower is what I meant by
Okay.
turret.
This is a cool
All,
turret.
yeah, and you can see there are some vines and stuff beginning to grow over seemingly flat areas of nothing.
He
Alright.
takes some pebbles and he throws it where the castle should be.
Dink! Dink!
But he goes, okay. I tell
You're
everyone,
telling us
it's an invisible
Tell me to
castle.
look for footprints outside the door.
Invisible castle.
You can't see the door.
Yeah, but look
All
for...
around then.
Footprints
So give me
around us.
another perception check from Buddy if
Yeah.
he's gonna look for clues.
God.
Third turns the charm.
19. God.
Roll low. No, he very easily finds a burned and charred corpse sitting in front of an area. He kind of surmises, oh, maybe this is, I don't fucking know it all, but they want a clue. Here's a clue. Here's a burnt corpse.
Okay. Yeah.
Burnt corpse.
Yeah, I flash it for you guys because I can see. So I can
It's
see.
a cultist member you can plainly see
Alright.
from
It's
the
burnt.
robes and the tattoos.
And then we suddenly see Buddy going through his pockets.
He doesn't find anything. The other cultists.
It's fucking
took care of
burnt
that.
though, right? Like the guy's
Charcoal.
burnt.
He's got
though.
burn marks all over
Oh,
him.
okay.
Yeah.
Is burn marks all over
Do
him?
we not recognize
It's
it?
a laser turret system.
You don't
Maybe this
recognize
is
him
gonna be
now.
like that thing on Putricia's fucking tower where they get shocked.
Yeah, probably trapped.
Get Buddy to open it.
That's not happening.
Then he can just come
If he
back.
dies, he just comes back, right?
Yeah, but that's not happening. I'm evil, but I'm not that evil.
What happens if Buddy throws just a pebble onto that square that the cultist is
It
on?
bounces off. It's
I mean, where the cultist is.
well, we're gonna do the same thing with my mage hand, but okay, Buddy throws more pebbles.
He spends the night throwing pebbles at the castle. You can
Yeah.
hear
I mean,
sound of it dinking off of glass, off of stone, off of wood.
I use my mage hand to set off traps, but that's limited range.
okay.
Okay, well, we
So
wanna...
we wait till dawn?
You wanna wait till now?
Dawn.
Okay.
Sure.
Right, so let's see. Weird dream time.
I suppose I could take a nap.
I'm so gonna turn schizo with Balrog.
Okay, so
the sword. telling
your
us
weird
stuff.
dream, Feather Marshal.
The Naga.
You see your old homeland, the capital city, the beautiful shining coasts. Not only the Jade Palace, the entire glorious city laid out before you. And above it all, a shape comes through the clouds, serpentine and beautiful and powerful. And this serpent soon fills up huge portions of the sky with its writhing form. Your vision,
Solid or smoky?
solid. Like a Naga. The serpent makes its way over toward the city, and you can see a figure standing in front of it, wrapped in lightning and power, exuding wisdom and calm energy. The Naga stops before this figure, and bows its head toward him and flies away.
Figure humanoid.
Yes, it bows to this sort of godlike humanoid figure that you see, and turns away. So that is your dream.
Oh, yeah. I don't see anything else about the guy. Does he look human or
It does look human,
dwarven?
and I would say you don't know who it is right off the bat. It seems familiar to you, but you can't place it.
Cool.
Right, and Zenbrix also
Does it make me
has
happy?
crazy dream. Does it make you happy? It does. You feel a sense that disaster was averted. That this being was the one that made the Naga go away by his own power.
Is it a previous life dream? That's what we
It's hard to tell. Right, and your dream is vastly different. You see yourself on a plane of ice, and under the ice is just bones, skeletons, and dead things directly under the ice. The cold chills your bones, and the wind just rips through you. This is a horrible, hellish place. And as soon as you feel that you're getting your bearings, it feels like you're lifted and thrown over this entire bleak plain of ice, over the heads of demons and monsters, as fast as lightning, until you find yourself all at once in a keep, in a throne room. And sitting in front of you, looking very languid and bored, is a powerfully built, heavily armored being, with a horn sticking out of its head, red eyes, sharp daggers of teeth in its mouth. And all around it you can see the court of this powerful, evil, devilish king. And they are laughing at you. The demon raises its hands and the room is silent. It gets up from its castle and walks up to you. And kind of kneels down in front of you. And it begins to speak in perfect common, easy to understand. And it says, you may not know this yet, Zenbrix, but you have earned the ire of me, Temiel.
Oh, God.
Timmy! King of the...
Fucking stabbing this fucking boyfriend, right?
Oh, you killed her. You dropped her.
That's fucking amazing, Ben! I fucking love this!
Please have him jump out and go, Timmy!
Let's just say third circle of hell. Temiel, king of the third circle of the hells.
How do I spell that?
Temial.
Okay, Temiel from the third circle of hell?
Yes, yes. Or fourth, I'll double check later.
Okay.
He's a douche because that's an acronym for like LA time.
Okay. Do I say anything back to him in my dream?
Yeah, you can respond, I guess. But he steps down, he looks, he says, I'm Temiel, king of the third circle of hell. And you've done me a great disservice, whether you know it or not. Tiny mortal.
I say to him, to the best of my knowledge, I haven't tussled with any demons lately.
Stand, stand. And he goes and sits back at his throne. Scadatha, a hag of some power and with great knowledge of the upcoming cycle, was slain at your hands recently. Is this correct?
That's true, but I should think...
Silence!
I should think that a demon of your stature could do better than Scabatha.
I will not be back-talked by a halfling in my own court. Now listen here. She had vast magical powers and secrets of the cult. The ninth circle of hell is gone now, and refugees flood my plain from the great cities. I needed her, and now she is out of my grasp. You owe me a bride, Zenbrix, of great and terrible power. I am not an unreasonable king, though. I will give you time to find someone to take her place in my kingdom.
Do I look like a matchmaker to you?
You will do as I ask, or you will die by my hands. Is that understood?
Everything dies.
And you will die sooner than most, then, with this attitude. You have, let's say, 6 months.
6 months.
Find me a bride of equal power and evil and cunning. Or you will die horribly and your soul will be mine. He snaps, and one of his demons, a fiery red brand in hand, pushes it down on the back of your neck.
Oh, fuck me.
the pain wakes you up in the middle of the night.
Ah!
Or you know what, it wakes you after a long rest, I guess.
No, we weren't taking a long rest. We were
Doesn't
just-
matter.
Just resting.
Yeah.
We're full up, yeah.
Alright, so,
we were just waiting for
yeah, so you wake up from the dream of the start, horrible pain in your neck. You reach back and some dried blood flakes off on your fingers.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Jesse,
You okay?
Jesse, what the fuck is that?
What do I see?
You see a rather horrific raised symbol.
In the shape of a penis.
Well, this burn in the back of her neck.
This doesn't look like any mosquito bite I've ever seen.
Jesus Christ.
Are we all there?
Somebody give me
I would
the...
say, yeah, that probably woke everyone up.
Can I take a look at it?
What the
Yes.
fuck is
I have
that?
Arcana
Roll a
history.
religion
And I deal with demons.
Alright, go ahead, roll, I guess, that Arcana.
14 plus 1, 2, plus 4, 18.
I would say yes, this is basically a brand of ownership. Her soul is his until
Oh,
this task is,
you've made a pact with the demon, it seems.
Didn't make a pact with anyone.
I
made a
recognize
fucking
a pact
pact with me. I didn't ask for it.
Oh, Gaius.
What do you mean?
So what are the terms of this
This
non-pact?
fucking dream I just had is insane. Somehow I was on another plane. I was in the third circle of fucking hell.
Zenbrix, most important, what are the terms?
It said, this fucking guy called Tamil, he said I have to find
Yes.
him another bride because I killed Skabatha.
Oh, Tamil, yeah, you're screwed.
She has a sister. Let's go get Patricia.
Yeah, we can capture Patricia. Okay, so we can't fucking kill Patricia. We have to give
It'll
Patricia
be a fate
to...
worse than death.
So how do we
Making
give
her a queen?
Patricia?
Fuck knows. When I get
Making
her,
her a slave.
when we
of
get
the
her,
demon.
I will fucking find a way to contact this
Do we like
motherfucker.
sacrifice her or something?
No, I don't know yet. Like, we gotta get her first.
Look, just
Or
hold still.
or
I'm
any,
gonna-
you know, female of
that.
equal cunning and
Or-
magical ability that...
Do we
I'm
know
not-
why are we
who
giving
it
the
is?
ring?
The ring? Oh yeah, we could give her the ring.
I'm gonna dig through her bag and just put together a little poultice and put it on like the burn and shit like that.
It does, the poultice begins to boil when you place it on the...
What the fuck?
It's gonna stop
Steams
burning
away.
after a while, right?
It doesn't hurt you. I mean, well, it hurts you, but it doesn't do damage.
It's okay.
Acki snapped his fingers so that Buddy reappears, and he looks to Buddy and asks, "So, Buddy, how does this demon bride thing work? What do we need to do?"
Well, she would know better than me, boss. I wasn't there witnessing the...
He didn't tell me how to bring her. He just said
I think
deliver
he'll
her.
know. I think this is
He'll
more than
know.
just a brand.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure through this he'll know where we are all.
He
the
knows how to
time,
contact
that's great.
demons. I'm sure he can send a
I
message.
know how to
when he
contact
needs
my demon.
to. Well, you can
Can't
pass
we
messages. They're
ask
all
your
buddies.
demon to pass on the message?
That's not how it works. Demons
That's not-
usually are not friendly. toward each other.
DHL.
They are
Demons.
more likely to kill each
Is
other
it a
than
demon or a devil, also?
Are they the same?
Different,
Demons.
actually. Devils are like chaotic, demons are lawful. Or, no, opposite. Yeah, devils are lawful, demons are like chaotic.
Mine is a greater demon.
So that's chaotic. They're not gonna get along.
You know.
From
Okay,
the
okay,
abyss?
well, I think that if we find one, then it'll come back, or it'll contact me somehow.
Okay, so we're now.
But I have
A
6
game
months.
Who wants to be a
So we
demon
need
queen?
to capture Patricia.
Yeah, within 6
Within
months.
6 months.
I stare at the Jessop and go, capture Patricia.
Look,
I asked.
if it comes
Old
down
woman.
to saving Zenbri's life,
Uh.
then of course we're gonna capture.
Do you know
Good.
Tamil? No, she asked me if we knew Tamil.
Yeah.
If we'd met Tamil that day.
Yes, I've talked to the boy a bit in the past, I guess, you know. He's very formally asked me permission and everything.
Well, he needs another bride.
Well, I imagine, yes, you killed Skabatha. I was there for that.
Should we give him Patricia?
I don't think she, is really the marrying type, if you know what I mean,
Or she
but...
must die, or
I don't know, there's probably lots of women that would, jump at the chance to have the power of a demon queen.
Hey,
like who?
Okay.
you know what?
I don't know, evil bitches.
Lots of evil bitches.
I don't
around.
know any evil bitches.
Wizards with a thirst for knowledge.
How about? I mean, can we get her a new body?
Do you want to marry Tamil?
Little old me, I don't know. Might be a little old for him.
Little old me. That's hilarious.
He's a bit of a strapping lad, isn't he, though?
You know what
So
they
what
say
if
about
we give
demons?
you Patricia's body?
Also, how do I get you out of this ring?
Into Patricia's body.
Well, Patricia's body would be a worthy host by its very nature.
But then we'd have to go back.
And then we give you to the demon.
Oh, who
know
did we
you were
kill?
so
Skeleton?
Could rule the third hells with
killed
Teniel.
Oh, we killed that
So
It would be
Sent his legions to the material
So
plane to burn the great
kill-
cities.
we kill Patricia.
Patricia.
Put you in Patricia's body. He thinks you're Patricia.
He wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't care. Also,
He
he's
just
a
needs
demon,
someone
he
with
would be
great
able to tell
power.
the
Yeah, it
difference.
doesn't matter how old or
Yes, I was more powerful than them, that's true.
And more knowledgeable.
Those flying snakes, though, that was a doozy.
I don't hear that. I'm sorry.
But I think that's a serviceable plan. It's got just enough subterfuge and backstabbing for my liking.
Okay. We'll
You
keep
train
it on
your
the
own
back
daughter.
burner. I'll get back to you.
Oh, God.
Lovely. I
Okay.
can't wait to have a new tight young body. Welcome to the dark side!
He's just falling off it.
A tight young buddy. 6 titties.
So you guys, I guess, are ready to go for this castle.
Yes.
Do you think we should cut off? This will be a little 1 hour episode, and then the castle will be another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine, sounds good. So catch us next week
See
on
you guys
Dice
next
Nerds
week.
and Nagas. We're wheeling, we're dealing, we're learning about the cycle, and on the steps of a fantastical cloud giant castle
That we can't see.
that no one can see. We'll
And
figure it out.
I think I might have to do this in complete wolf form just to have advantage on the perception checks.
Alright, so the end. Catch us next week.
See you
Bye
guys
bye.
next week. Peace.